Okay, so it looks like the problem comes from the compact flash reader. Probably this motherboard is more sensible, which might be the case. Sometimes the motherboards, they can memorize issues, and when they detect it, as soon as they detect it, they straight away they go in safe mode. They can go in safe mode. So turning on, I'm doing a test. This is with the card reader, compact flash card reader disconnected. This looks to work fine. I'll shut it off. Cleaning, which is okay. It's good. And now I will take off the power and I will connect the card reader back. It's strange the fact that as soon as I put the card reader on, I connected the card reader, I got the issue, and that can lead me to conclude that it might be the case of a faulty card reader. Normal reading, okay. Cleaning, which is okay. It's strange that the camera didn't want it to work before. But as soon as I disconnected the card reader, it was working. So obviously this is a strange behavior. Now we can start seeing more often the camera doing the cleaning of the image sensor. Which before wasn't happening. I'm just trying to put more stress on the camera, but I'm still not confident with the compact flash card reader. So now I should start reassembling the old motherboards. Sorry, old circuit boards, power boards, and driver, bottom camera driver. It's very strange that now everything seems to work fine. I still have doubts on the compact flash card reader. Alright, so I will, everything was fine. Still I will disconnect this part. I wanted to keep it disconnected. I want to make sure I get an error without this disconnected, because if that disconnected, I get the error. Well, in that case, something else can cause this issue. I'll replace first this bottom cover. This one here was the one that I was mentioning before. I was saying was not connected properly. It was something like that, and you can barely see it's not in place. So if I push harder, it will get in place. So it wasn't properly inserted, and that's why I started to have the error straight away with the good motherboard, not the original, with the replacement motherboard. The good thing is, from the beginning, we improved quite a lot. So we managed to have, from a no working camera, I managed to have some fully working, and still we don't understand why that happens. The thing is, these cameras can memorize the issues, and they can keep the error inside, just to just memorize the error. So if now it works, let's assume it might be the problem might be related with the card reader. So the camera tries to start, then the card reader, for whatever reason, gives some errors. So the camera memorizes that and keeps that error in some memory of the circuit board, main board, and then doesn't allow for the camera to start anymore. Yeah, it can happen, because everything remains saved in the EPROM, and the EPROM. Alright, so this is okay. I'm gonna connect this back. Right, so now we have original power driver, original motherboard, and original driver board, bottom driver circuit board. So let's see what do we get now. because before we were getting some errors. We changed the top and the back, and we were getting some errors. We were getting some same issues. Right, so we have a quick reading that looks okay. Power on, battery, it's okay. Okay. Everything seems to work normal. Yeah, no issue at all. Alright, I will connect also this part. So I'm just reversing the components. Normal reading, power on, battery, okay. Okay. Menu. If you remember before, this wasn't working. This configuration, when basically we have only the top, at this point we have only the top DC, which is not the original, and before the camera wasn't showing up any sign of working. Now it takes pictures. I keep to believe that is related with this here. Not all the time, but sometimes it gives problems. I didn't get any reading now, actually. No reading at all. It's behaving strange. So the power, the camera is on. I got some reading. I don't got the time and a battery request. So already the camera starts behaving strange. I need to put more stress into it. It's a bad reading now. No, just my my thought. This is a tough one. Obviously, it's a tough one. What it is strange that when I connect the battery, nothing happens. it's not normal that the camera gives that delay. I will disconnect it for now. I want to make sure. Same, it behaves the same. Hey, I got back on this one. I've been out for more than a week now, and just wanted to make a recap of the situation of this camera in case this video will be like third part. I don't know. Anyways, so what I remember, because sometimes I forget things. So what I remember, the camera on the last part of the video, I managed to make the camera working with almost all the original circuit boards. The only missing board that I have to install is the original DC-DC, the top DC-DC power circuit board, and see if that works. Probably will not work. I have my doubts. If that works, I need still to understand what it caused the issue, the error, the camera to fail, and I will continue to focus on the compact flash card reader and see if there is any improvement. And I think if the original DC power board will not work, this is because probably the camera, because of the error, the camera create too much load on the power board, and the board failed. This is a very simple board. There is only one how do we call it? A buck converter. This is a buck converter where this delivers power to almost the entire camera. There's the second one, but the second circuit board, but still this manages to send power. The main power is sent by this circuit board. So I think I have also the microchip to replace in case, because usually that's the one that tends to fail. But actually, since I have the replacement, I have the good one already installed in the camera. I'm gonna keep that, and maybe I'll try to fix that later on if I'm just gonna attempt to fix it. Now next I'm gonna install this one, the original, back to the camera, and that will be all the camera will be back to with all the original circuit boards. Later on, I had a thing to I've mentioned probably in the first part, mentioned about the reading software. It's a SPT software. So basically that connects with the camera, connects with the camera, and you can read all kind of information, of which failure that gets recorded with the camera. Usually I don't use SPT because it's expensive to use it, but probably I will, because I'm curious to see the list of errors, and also once the camera will start functioning normal, we'll get back to normal. Hopefully, we'll be able to I will be able to erase all the old errors, and in case something new happens, we can start all from zero. So yeah, that's the summary of what probably we're gonna do in this video. There's not much left to test, to be honest, but let's see how it goes. So yeah, I will disconnect everything all each time when you. Actually, I don't need to take this off because no, I will, because I'm about to reach the power driver. So taking all things, I'm trying to remember how I left all the points on my last video. I was on a trip to Europe, and now I'm kind of struggling to remember what was the state of this camera. So it looks like it's a long journey with this camera, but as I mentioned in the preview, one of the preview videos, when this kind of issues happens, when the motherboard tends to fail, if you put it on the software to read the errors, to understand what might be wrong, sometimes the camera gives the wrong message, the wrong error, because something fails and the camera just detects it in a different way. So as you can see, this is the compact flash reader. So I will leave it like that. I will change the power driver. Again, if you're new to the channel, go and see, if this is the first video you're watching, go and see the other part, the first part of this series, because it's quite long. But in this case, we don't need to go in any rush with these things. So this is the fully functional that I have my backup parts, and now this is the original power board. I'm gonna just put these things back. So if the camera now turns on, the main reason why it wasn't turning on is because, as I was mentioning in the other videos, when there's some overload, the circuit boards, power circuit board especially, but also the camera records these issues. When there's an overload, in order to protect it, the circuit board goes in a safety mode. And one of the reasons why it wasn't turning on might be because the camera was creating these issues. Let's see if there is any change now. If it's not, it's okay. We have a replacement power board. I'm just curious to see if everything starts working, if the DC power board starts to give power, since the camera main board is it seems to work. Let's see. No, I have 0.3 30 milliamps. So 30 milliamps is the same message that I was getting on the camera when I initially started with it. So at this point, definitely the power board, the power driver, it's faulty, the top one. So I will replace it with a good one, and I will start doing more tests with the camera. If I don't detect anything, I will still continue to use it with the compact flash card reader disconnected for now. I want to make sure it doesn't. I want to make sure the problem comes from the card reader. Actually, there's one thing that I missed to connect, and at this point we need to continue to our test with the same circuit board. This one here, this connector here, I missed it. So these things happens, especially now when I'm focused also on explaining things with all of you, and also since the camera, I'm not switched, let's say, on I'm not 100% focused on the repair, maybe because I'm coming from holiday, so it's my head, it's still in a very good mood, positive mood state. So these things happens. There's not a problem. There's no problem at all. The good thing is, the best thing is to try to understand if you miss something. So we missed this to connect, and let's put again. Let's do this step. Not skip this step to make sure the power board is working. So again, I want to repeat myself sometimes, just as a reminder. These kind of things. Someone like Canon, they don't do it. They just replace the whole things, the parts. They don't do all these checks to make sure. No, the same. Have the same reading on the screen of the my power bank is 0.03 of an amp, which is 30 milliamps. And at this point, we are 100% sure the DC power driver it's compromised. So this is because when the camera was going in error, there was an overload. It can happen that the camera goes in overload when there is an error. When you get an error on the camera potentially can go on overload, and if you don't shut off the camera straight away, you risk to damage some more circuit boards. So if ever happens to you to have an error on your camera and the camera doesn't turn off normally, actually even if it turns off normally, the best is to take the battery out. And then if the error repeats, there's another thing that it's, oh my god, I don't like the way this connector stays here, so this flat, I'm gonna put this back in place. I don't know, maybe it's me, but I didn't like it the way. I can also check the camera without the top. Let's see, 001. No, it's the same. So same reading, whatever. It doesn't matter how much I try to make it work, it's not working. So probably the buck converter, it failed. So on another occasion, I will try to replace that and try to fix this circuit board. But since we have a good one, we're gonna put the good one. So I will replace this circuit board with the working one. So at this point, the only faulty part is the power driver, DC power driver, but also we need to understand, we need to make sure the camera, we do not get any error on the camera, otherwise there will be later on the camera will start behave the same as happened with the original components. Since if the error still is not detected, if the problem is still not detected, the camera will behave the same as before, and slowly it will stop working, as the owner mentioned, that the camera slowly was getting randomly, was shutting down randomly, and in the end it stopped working. Yes, because as I just mentioned, when there's a load on the camera, on an error, usually when there's an error, it is a high that's a high possibility that the camera goes in overload, and it might stay like that until, and the next step when this happens, you need to take the battery out. And if the camera turns on, you can continue working with it. But if it happens again, that's because there's something starts going wrong with the camera, and it needs to be serviced, detected, repaired. Okay, I will not connect this. I will start the camera again and see how it goes. Now, last video the camera was working fine, but I want to make sure this error goes away for good. It might take some time. You might spend some time on this, but it's worth it. It's better to have it. Imagine fixing it, and then when you send it to the owner, the camera starts behaving again with issues. So power on, battery says that the camera cannot communicate with the battery. This is because I'm using a dummy battery. Error 40 shooting is not possible to an error. Turn error 40. Did we miss something on the power? I don't know. Let's see. Power board. Right. Let's see what error 40 says. We didn't had this problem before. So it says a power failure, a malfunction with the power source has been detected. Right, so let's focus on the power. Maybe we missed something again. Of course we missed something. At least this time we got the message. Before we didn't get anything. Again, the same connector. I'm talking too much and I'm not focused. I'm not focusing on the work. So I need to be more focused. Yeah, when you have a full week of holiday, yeah, then probably you need to start slowly, or maybe have a break, like not a break, but just start slowly. I don't know. Maybe I got relaxed too much. Of which, to be honest, it's not bad. It's not wrong. We all need holidays. Otherwise, we're not gonna be able to continue with our daily lives and daily stress things, pressure. Alright, checkup, normal checkup. Actually, I need to power take the power off because I put the battery before adding the back of the camera. Alright, so as I said, all these things happens. Don't beat yourself because you forget things. This happens. Alright, so power on, battery okay, this is normal, time, date, whatever. Menu is working fine. I have a load when I'm doing this, 270 milliamps. Alright, let's do a shot, one shot more. Yep. Right, everything seems to work normal. Live view. We have exposure. This puts lots of load. I get close to 1 amp. So 1 amp. 1 and 2, 1.2 amps. That's a lot. A lot of load, 1.2 amps. So let me see, in this way, yeah. 1 amp, I get close to 1 amp, 1.3. So this is good because I'm putting lot of load on the camera and it seems to hold. The camera seems to hold without any problem. What I will do next, I will connect the compact flash card. Let me disconnect the power on the battery. I'm not gonna take the battery out, but I disconnected the power in case you wonder why I left the battery inside. So this connector is back on. What is strange with this is the fact that the error doesn't come on straight away. It comes on sometimes. So turning on, battery okay. I didn't get the. This is strange. All this behavior is strange. So as you can see, the camera doesn't follow the same step. Oh, I think we have a load. Doesn't follow the same steps as it's supposed to. So when you turn on the camera, you get the messages, you get rid of the messages, and then you get the cleaning of the screen, and then you get this. Oops. All right, this is okay. So you must be able to read little things, little mistakes that camera does. So now I get 1.2, it's okay. Let me put. It might be the case that the original power board, DC power board, was faulty from the beginning. Maybe it was having some issues. So probably that was one of the reason why the camera was working fine, and all suddenly it starting behaving as was happening, getting the errors. But one thing that make me think that something might be wrong with the in some additional components. I might be causing the issue, not the the motherboard itself, or the power board, is because I've replaced, if you for those who watched the preview videos, or for who didn't watch yet the other videos, the preview videos, I replaced everything and I got the same error. So something is causing that error, and I keep to believe. Oh, here you go. No, I turned it off. I keep to believe that something is triggering the problem, the issue. I'm gonna put the card reader, and I'm gonna put the original card reader inside, and that also might be might affect the. Let me see. I need to check if there are any pictures here. No image. So that's good. There are no images. I'm gonna record some images. I'm trying to put as masters as possible. So everything looks okay, but I have doubts regarding the reader. See, this is the way that cameras, the normal way that camera is supposed to behave. Once you turn on the camera, the cleaning of the image sensor must start soon after, once you turn on the camera, next step. But when I turned on the camera before, I got, beside the messages that I have to set up the battery and other the maybe the data, memory data, it's still, it's just a slight difference. What's interesting is the fact that as soon as I replaced on the first video, as soon as I replaced the DC power board, is the camera didn't have initially it seemed that it's about to start, and after a short time the camera start behaving strange, with kind of random issues. So this doesn't happens anymore. But what is strange is the fact that after I replaced the DC, the original DC power board, oops, we got an error. No. I still hope to get the error. Right. Yeah, I'm heavily testing the camera to see if we get any error, but apparently no error. We don't have any kind of error coming up. I still think the reason is, the main reason here, or giving this issue is the taking the power off, is the compact flash reader, because we had some signal. There were some points where the camera was behaving strange. I need to put the power back on. Battery okay. No card in camera. Let's see if it cleans. Yeah, it cleans. There's a delay, so probably it's normal. There's a delay when the camera asks you for the card. Sorry, for the battery. It says the battery is not original, whatever. Well, I think I will stop here. I will do some more tests and focusing on the compact flash reader. I will do more tests to see if we still get detected the error. Probably I will also buy the license for this SPT for the software and cancel the errors and make sure no other errors are coming out. And yeah, I think we're done with this, at least for now. Once I will send it back to the owner, he is the only one that can tell us if the camera it's starting failing again. So making a quick recap. So initially the camera didn't give any kind of sign of life, getting on, turning on, and I replaced the main DC power board, and the camera initially started started normally, but soon after it started behaving with all kind of giving all kind of strange issues, showing all kinds of signs of failure. And then I carry on replacing slowly other circuit boards until I got to the point that I decided to the camera still was behaving the same, and I got to the point where I had to replace the main board, the motherboard, and the camera was still giving issues. So at that point I understood that it's not related with the motherboard, but something else creates the issue. And then I slowly put back all the original circuit boards until we got to the point in this video. We got to the point where the top DC power board is damaged. It's faulty. So that's the only component faulty at the moment. But I still have doubts how is it possible that the camera behaved after I replaced that. Initially I replaced the DC power board. The camera was still behaving with errors. So maybe because I pulled out the compact flash reader, pull it out, disconnected it, connected it back, connected it back. That might have in some way did something like making like discharge it or whatever. But at this point I believe there's no way to continue to doing tests, because I'm just repeating myself doing the same thing over and over. Overall, now the camera seems to work fine. I put it on under stress and everything looks to behave as supposed to be, and yeah, pretty much that's it. one thing before I close this video, one thing that I will be happy for you to do for me, as I mentioned in the other videos, is to put your support. I heavily need your support on this channel, and the only thing I'm asking is for you to subscribe to the channel, put a thumbs up, and share it with everyone you know that I might be interested in this kind of content, because that's the only way that this channel will survive. Otherwise, I will not be able to continue adding any more new content. And believe me, I have a lot of experience that I can share with you, but and since no one so far managed to share the way I share it, give like any kind of details that that can make you understand this world of how to repair cameras. So that would be a big favor that I can ask you. And yeah, see you in the next one.